Alrighty, so what I've gone ahead and done is I've stuck these little dinky wings on the damn thing, and I've gone ahead, and if I can just get up here, you can see dinky wings, and I've stuck some large thrusters on the sides, so we'll have proper propulsion in every direction. I've also gone ahead and completely ground down pretty much everything on this other little craft here now, at least thruster-wise. A few of the small ones still remain. I'll eventually get around to them. I'm starting to really regret making this ship use only large thrusters, as it has been a bit of a faff. And of course, we still haven't done a proper power check, so it could always turn out that we need more reactors in it, which would of course add more weight, and who knows, small reactors might never have enough needed propulsion. I'm holding down my left button harder and harder, thinking that'll help, only to realize I'm probably just damaging my mouse. Stop it. There we go. Cool. Got that in there. Ship should now be good to go. We can ask ourselves, do we want to weld up the welding gear, the landing gear? We've decided to, apparently, as I'm now doing it. I just sort of find, click, do we have enough stuff? I bet you if we didn't have enough stuff, I probably would have just cut it off. Alrighty. And there. Ship is ready for its first test. Will it have enough power? So we got our backwards, our forwards, our up, our down, left over there, and right here. We got our 3 power supplies, we got a singular gyroscope hidden up there, we got an antenna up there as well, we got our light, we got our vent, and we got our ore detector. All should be good to go. Let's press Y to turn those back on because I shut them off. Let's press spacebar. We have an overload. Was that 145% usage? Let's just do that. Okay, press P again. I hate myself! Why must I have insisted on these? Why? What was I thinking? Okay, so it's reactor time. It's howdy doody time. Da 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 da. Actually, before I add reactors, I've gone over here and I have decided that we are going to go to our refineries and switch them to be working on uranium, because we are going to need uranium. Yay. These work very slowly. We should, once we get more supplies, invest in upgrade modules, because of course it takes 300 miles, years to make stuff without upgrade modules in standard. Something our joint survival series found itself very spoiled with this, I think, is just the speed of things. I'd want to build great big structures with 150 different upgrade modules and all that, but really there was no point in that joint survival series because we had everything at times whatever speed. Alrighty, there we go. I now have 6 more fully functional reactors, and I'm going to go ahead and drop 3 uranium into only one of them. And now we're going to fire up the thrusters, and now it looks like it's most definitely still overpowered. So, once again, into another one, let us drop 3. And please be in the positive. Aha! With that going, we do have enough power, but if we go any other directions, we lose power. So, the ship will function, it'll just be dangerous. The exact thing we were trying to avoid. Great. As in the fact that if I go forward, we actually overload. Grandtastic. Grandtastic. That is exactly what I just said. I actually said grandtastic. Why did she swallow the fly? Right. Okay, congratulations. You have just seen me build a completely pointless ship. I hate myself. Crap. It probably would have only taken like 2 small thrusters to keep this thing aloft, and to test that theorem, we're actually going to remove this son of a gun and replace it with, well, 2 small thrusters. Alrighty, 2 small thrusters have been installed. Let's just do our wonderful test. Of course, our power supply is actually fine. It actually uses up 50% of our power. Just those 2, yikes. Let's do that and press P. Nope, okay, so that wasn't enough. Let's add some more. Alright, you saw that? I just showed that. That is our test. Our test with actually the same amount of thrusters activated, because I actually I added 2 more, but I decided I wasn't use them. Turns out our problem wasn't necessarily lack of thrust for a small scout vehicle, but more of it wasn't a small scout vehicle. With the amount of thrusters we had installed there, it was actually adding an excess of weight to the structure. So I've gone ahead and tweaked it a little bit, and I've removed 2 of those large thrusters. I'm actually going to remove that large thruster on the back there as well, and I'm just going to be replacing a lot of this with smaller thrusters. I've fallen off it. All that jumping, I just fell off. Fantastic. I'm going to leave the 2 large ones on the bottom for our forward and back, but as I just said, all the other directions shall find themselves equipped with just small ones. Probably about 4 in each direction. That way it'll equal out. Hopefully it won't add too much weight to it either. Hopefully. If it does, well, then we are doomed, and we shall suffer eternal, shall we not? Alright. So, let's now disappear this thing. Disappear, that sounds so dark. Let's disappear this as if it was never here, as if we're in Stalin's Russia when people got disappeared, or Hitler's Germany when the SS came about. Funny thing, actually, the naming convention I have for this world is actually SE_SS for singular. Survival. It just happens to, rather unfortunately, have something in common with, well, Hitler's Goon Squad. Oh, dearie, dearie, dearie. Ah, there we go. So let's get rid of this. We'll replace it probably with 3 fantastical drives pointing downwards. Wow, I thought I wasn't going to have enough supplies there. Not downwards, upwards, because we already got the down ones, we got the side ones. These wings aren't really needed anymore, are they? Shall we just leave them for now, just in case we decide we want to add something more to it? And then we'll rotate these about. Oh, God. Yeah, I might have stopped recording there for a minute, actually, and, believe it or not, it's actually the next day since I was last speaking, so, yeah, it's been a little while, and I was playing some Star Citizen. It's amazing. Star Citizen Alpha 2.0 is out, if you don't know. I do plan to make a video on it. I just sort of want to make sure I've played through everything in it first, so I can, you know, make sure I fully understand everything in there, and or at least a decent amount of it, and have a good grasp on what it's really like, because so far, it's fantastic. It might have some serious FPS issues, or my FPS will drop down to, like, 15 or something. God-awful. Oh, my grief. Like that, but overall, it's actually, well, it's incredible, honestly. When I do my video, I'll cut in some footage because I was recording, no audio on it, but I was recording some just me mucking about, and there's a lot of like, oh, well, I'm just gonna jump on this random cutlass here and sit in the seat, and all of a sudden it takes off. I'm like, oh, I guess the pilot was inside, okay. And it's like, he gets to another landing zone, and I just hop back out of it, you know, hit a bunch of buttons, and the doors are opening. I'm like, please don't notice me, until I finally found a way to jump out. It's amazing, actually. The game is delivering on some of that promise of just an open world, do incredible, awesome things, and explore. And it's such a tiny world right now, really. It's only, well, I say such a tiny world. There's like almost, yeah, probably 10 relays you can go and fight and capture and take over and return to the good guy's side, defeat pirates and stuff. There's an asteroid field, there's a side mission. Like I said, I'll do a proper video on it, and I'll have some footage for a lot of this stuff. And I'll, of course, just be flying around while I talk about it, so. It's awesome. So, yeah, between me deciding to take out that thruster and me actually starting to grind down that big thruster that was on top here, it's been a whole day. It's actually been a whole day. Because I had to go. Because I was needed. Not by my planet, mind you, but by my mother. Let's go ahead and grab some of these wonderful things and weld the rest of these up, shall we? And there we go. All sorted, so that should be all of our needed components in, right? Let's see, we got our antenna, we got our ore detector, we got our vent, we got our flashlight, we got a... me stuck there, apparently. A little broken bit of metal. Yikes. We got our reverse thruster, we got our forward thruster, we got our 4 down thrusters, we got our 4 side thrusters, and 3 thrusters that direction. So we're going to stick one more there really quick. Alright, I think our ship is ready to go. We got our thrusters in there. It's much more interesting than it was a minute ago, I'd say. And we actually have a fair amount of space in the back there where, I look at it, we could put a cargo container in there if we wanted to, provided we have enough thrust. Okay, so let's go ahead and press P. That's actually me holding spacebar. Oh, dearie, dearie. Ah! Dearie. Okay, well, clearly that is not going to be enough, so we're going to have to add more. Yikes! This is taking a lot more than I thought it would. There we go. Got our 2 more thrusters on there. That should hopefully be enough. I'm actually running on the assumption it will be. Let's go ahead and look at reactor components. So we'll actually replace our current thing with a large reactor, our little tiny reactors with a large one, as soon as we get silver. That's our most important thing now. So it's not just platinum that we're after. It's also silver and platinum. So let's undo those locks and hover ourselves up. Bit of a system overload. That's unfortunate. Honestly, though, at this point, I think maybe we should take it into account that the system is overloading and actually go ahead and fix that. God dang it. Oh, dearie, dearie, dearie Sage. Okay, let's go ahead. So let's move the ship a little bit here so we can actually get back to a maintenanceable spot. And, well, since it's been a while, maybe some of that uranium has finished, eh? So, refinery. Yes! 5 uranium, 6 uranium. Awesome, cool. So we actually do have a fair amount of uranium that we can just stick in here now. Hover ourselves up, and put them into some of these reactors that are powered down. You'll also notice, of course, the daytimes have changed as, well, I've been working at this for quite some time, haven't I? We'll actually just put 3 in there, and then aim at that one. Come on, come on. Antenna's slightly in the way. There we go. And put another 3 in there. So that should give us 3 more working reactors. One of them is still powered down. You can see the one in the middle there. But hopefully, yes, look at that. Our power supply issues are almost a thing of the past. Yeah, it's good enough, I think. Yeah, it's good enough. Okay, so let's go ahead with our systems roughly functioning correctly now. Let's go ahead and look at that. Dead ahead, a dark area. We'll fly ourselves over there. Oh no. Oh no 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 no. Oh shit. Okay, Sage is a bit of an idiot, obviously. You saw how I was dropping there as I was going forward. That's because we are most definitely not having enough power still. Lock that landing gear, disable our inertial dampers. Okay, it's still kicking up some smoke, but what we're going to do is find one of these with, it's got 3 in it roughly, oh, 2 and a bit, 2 and a bit. This one's got 5 in it, so let's take 2 out of this. We're going to shift it really quickly to this one just to give ourselves a little bit more power, and maybe that'll prevent ourselves from having the... Oh, right, inertial dampers are off. Jesus, Sage. There we go. So now we can go forward while hovering. We just can't go up and forward at the same time, you see, or it cuts out. So we're just going to have to be slightly cautious with this. And since it's the ship we built ourselves and we understand how it came together, we shouldn't be too foolish. There's some cobalt. If memory serves, we need cobalt. So what I'm going to do now, simple as can be, really, is I'm going to land above the cobalt and just get my hand drill out and go mining for cobalt. Now we're going to just say, screw every other resource in the whole galaxy until we get the cobalt we need. Let's leave our inertial dampers on. And where is our drill? There's our hefty drill. I could have probably built a tier 2 one, but I decided against that. There's cobalt 23 meters straight down. Let's go. I said let's go. There we go. It's just stone, right? This is just a different colored stone. Yes, it is. Okay, let's keep on going. Oh, please don't. Oh, God, I was terrified I actually fell through the earth. What all do I have on me right now? Oh, some stuff I'd rather not lose. Not too much stuff, but those motors could be a bit of a nuisance to lose, considering they do require that nickety-nickel. Okay, 9 meters. Haha! Look! A different colored material. I suspect this is cobalt. That still says stone. Please tell me there's cobalt here. Ah, God, don't push my camera through the wall. Cobalt! 405 of the amazing stuff. Awesome. It's really going to become apparent pretty quick that I should have emptied my inventory proper before coming out here to mine. As of course, as I mine this stuff up, I'm going to be wanting to collect more and more cobalt, and my inventory will get full real quick. Stone, stone, cobalt. At least we know where cobalt is now. In fact, I'm going to go ahead and just say GPS, this son of a gun, and new from current position. Cobalt! Yay! And we're not going to show it on the HUD because we don't need it cluttering up. And we got 75% thruster, so we should be able to make it out of here. The old days we would have still been able to make it out of here, I think, but not with my poor flying right there. We would have bumped the sides and instantly perished. There we go. So we're back in our ship. What we're going to do is actually go back to base. We're going to drop off the cobalt that we just gathered, and then we're just going to go looking for silver. Sans everything else, we need to get that large reactor installed in the ship for it to function properly. So we're just going to go ahead, get back to base, and then head back out right away looking for that silvery silver. Oh Lord, please don't crash. Oh Lord God, have mercy. God, I definitely need that bigger reactor. Oh, it's so scary, I hate it. Oh my God. Come on, down a little bit. There, okay. Ah! The luck of that. I say luck. That's really just my own incompetence at choosing my bad landing spot. Okay, got you. Hi, random stuff. Sure, I'll take some more uranium out of you. Let's drop off the cobalt. Let's drop off the stone. We're going to need a bit of it for the reactors too. And let's drop everything else off except for that uranium. Like I said, we're going to put that actually into the machine. Anything else? Shall we look at production really quickly? What does it take to build a better tier drill? I can build up to this tier with just iron. What's this for that? It requires silver, but we got silicon wafers for this. Yes, we got ourselves a better drill. So now we can just go to inventory on that button, and it should take us directly to its inventory, right? Big old fuck you, I guess. It didn't. There it is. I just passed it. There. Got ya. And we'll also grab a little bit more uranium out of these machines as it's refined it. Cool. Let's go ahead, hop back in our ship. Remember, we do have hydrogen tanks on us, so if we do run out of hydrogen, we should theoretically be fine, Captain. There we go. Put one more in there, and then I think another one of these. This was, I guess they're better off than I remember, actually. No, but we'll just stick it in there. If one of the other ones goes bad, we'll just shift it, and then of course we need to go to our G screen, grab our tooly tool. Where'd you go, tooly tool? There you go. The enhanced drill, and stick it right there. Cool. And we're actually going to go ahead and drop our other drill, because we don't need the excess weight. In fact, we're going to be, I don't want to just leave it on the ground. That's so uncivilized. We're going to put it in here with everything else that we're randomly lugging about. We're going to put that in there, we're going to put that in there. Because we don't need a gun right now, because, well, honestly, we don't have ammo. So press P on this, fly ourselves up, and remember, we're after silver now. Just silver. Not really anything else. We need silver, and that's about the gist of it. Oh god, see, I'm going forward and trying to go up at the same time, and it just stalls the ship. It's very, very dangerous to do that in this silly bugger I've created. There we go. So, here's another dark patch. I think this is where we just were. If I was to go ahead and turn on our GPS coordinates, we'd probably almost surely see it right in front of us. Yep, sure enough. But we'll pass over this, and then we'll ascend to a higher altitude and try to find ourselves some better silver sources. And let's shut that light off because we don't need that massive glare. So, I passed over that again, found nothing. I'm going to check this little boulder, since they did say sometimes stuff is in there. Gold! That's fantastic. We'll probably need that for circuitry eventually. So we're going to just leave that be. Here's a slightly weird coloration here. That might just be grass around this canyon. Pretty nifty little canyon, though, honestly. Interesting. No ores. Like I said, let's go to a higher height. We're just sort of wasting our time hoping to find something. We're buzzing down like this. We'll get to a greater height and hopefully discover a giant dark patch that was just next to us and instantly have to fly back down. I can see another one over there to the hill to the right. It's a nice planetoid. I do wish the planets were a bit more randomized, as I believe the majority of the planets are, you know, they're actually planned out. You're like, okay, we're going to have this tree here, and, well, not necessarily this tree here, but we're going to have the landscape be based on this one texture map, and it's not a randomized texture map as far as I know. Magnesium, uranium. Okay, so we're going to mark this place down too as magnesium, eh? Because that could come in real handy. Not that screen, please. I did like a G thinking, GPS! And magnesium. We also have uranium here, but we were not going to mark that down. It'll just be a bonus should we ever come back here for magnesium. Uranium, silicon, magnesium. Remember, we're after silver. Still no dice here. My ship's handling all right. Just a bit of power issues. Okay, let's go ahead and get ourselves some height. We'll head over to that one we had seen to the right now. And hopefully have some better luck than we're currently having. Where was it? Oh, maybe it was... I think it's the one over to the right even more, but we're going to check this one first. As the ship slows up, we'll descend a little tiny bit. Oh, I hate seeing overloads on the right there. It's a good thing the whole ship doesn't just go when you overload something. I wonder, if we go ahead and disable our antenna, which I believe I named first scout, there it is, it's currently using 20 kilowatts. Nope, we still get an overload. It's not worth it. I'd rather have the antenna on just in case we crash the ship. That way we'll know where it is. Oh Lord, please no! It's so scary whenever you go down. Okay, so we got... It's a bit... Why are you showing me the ones way over there? Damn it. Here, I wonder if I can go ahead and select ore detector Mark 1 and just take this ore detector and shut it off. In theory, we should no longer... There we go, thank you. Be seeing those, so no more cluttering up our screen. And now, the only ones we should be seeing are going to be the ones right here. I'm starting to wonder if all the ore I just saw from that previous place we were just at might have been from the base. So I might have marked magnesium, even though it might have really been back at base. We're just getting iron here so far. You can see at the very bottom of the screen. Yeah, it's sort of... Our range on this ore detector would appear to be piss poor. Right, and all we're getting here is just more and more iron. Lots of iron. If we need iron, we found like the mother load of it, but not really anything else. Oh god, let's not hit that, shall we? I think we were... always feels like we're closer to the ground than we actually are. I don't know, this ship, be it having some thruster issues, is actually functioning pretty well, and I seem to have disabled a thruster. What the heck? Here's what we're gonna do. It's super risky as shit, but, you know, there. Turn them all off and back on again, and we just luckily didn't plummet to the ground instantly. Okay, well, we found nothing useful here. Let's go ahead. Well, I say nothing useful. Iron is, of course, technically useful, but it's not what we're after right now. We need silver, so we can get this ship up and running, get our better tools. That's why I'm flying over to this rock. Nickel! Cool. Not what I was after. What about you, kind rock? Dost thou have what we need? Cobalt! Useful, but not what we're after right now. Silver. We already found some cobalt. How about you, other kind rocks? Are you friends? Silver! No! Just, I'm a bit disappointed in myself. Largely disappointed in myself. I found the silver. It's just gonna take us quite some time to gather any notable amount of it now. Get it back to base. Not exactly sure what happened there. I guess I must have descended too quickly. This is a downwards hill. Maybe I should have gunned it forward and just tried to keep my height, or disabled the inertial dampeners and just aimed the large thruster down so it would be the only thing firing and hopefully keeping us aloft. That of course, isn't what I did. I've crashed the ship. I'm not going to restart. I'm not going to reload a save. I'm not going to cheatsy doodle. This is where I'd cut if I was going to cheatsy doodle to me suddenly with a new ship saying, hey, that didn't happen. But no, I'm not going to cheat unless that silver is just not going to drop. Why did I get stone off of that? It was clearly silver now. See? Shiny, shiny silver. Gimme, gimme, gimme. And all the bloody silver.